Internationally, Russia's war on Ukraine is where we head next. Ukrainian cities are being targeted with new missile strikes this morning as Moscow marks Victory Day, Russia's most important state holiday. We begin in Kyiv. That is the sound of air raid sirens and video here of Kyiv's air defenses at work. Ukraine's military says Russian forces launched 25 missiles at Ukrainian cities, and 23 of those were shot down. A top official in the European Union is in Kyiv this morning in a fresh show of solidarity. There's Ursula von der Leyen paying tribute to Ukrainian military personnel killed in the war. She'll be meeting with Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky later on today. Ukraine is joining the EU today in marking Europe Day, a celebration that promotes peace on the continent. Next, the scene in Moscow. Thousands of Russian troops paraded in front of Russian President Vladimir Putin and leaders of his key allies in Red Square today. Victory Day marks the Soviet Union's defeat of Nazi Germany in 1945 and traditionally is a show of Russian military power. Sarah Larniuk is in London with more on that, more on what is happening in the capital and in Russia this morning. Sarah.
Morning, Heather. Yes. So, very much this celebration in Moscow is what we've come to expect from the Kremlin. A lot of pomp and circumstance, the military band out playing, and so many different military equipment pieces paraded through the streets around the Kremlin. However, apparently this is a pared-down version of what we normally see. Noticeably, there were tanks missing from this parade, which makes a lot of sense with so many being deployed. But this is also on a backdrop of so many reported military failures from Russia, because last week we were hearing about the drone attacks on the Kremlin and also the paramilitary leader Yevgeny Prigozhin threatening to pull out of Ukraine amid ammunition shortages. He's now backtracked on that, but this is the backdrop on which this parade is happening, so it was a pared-down event. Nonetheless, Russian President Vladimir Putin did speak to everyone who had gathered, and he said that this is a definitive turning point for civilization, and he said, much the way he has claimed for so much of the last year and a half, that the real war is, in fact, against Russia.
Sarah, thank you very much. Sarah Larniuk is in London for us this morning.